Welcome. It's so awkward.
It is.
Welcome to another edition of False Nine. We are working. We can call it like the skeleton crew.
Yeah.
In terms of production, we're having some technical issues. We've been forced to change a couple of things. We got suspended from X, building up that new account. Had to change emails, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Just because X wanted to be uh, X wants to be sleazy with how they um, enforce their rules. But I am here with the man, the myth, the legend for the official kickoff of season 3 of False Nine. We are off the bench, off of suspension. We did our best Draymond Green impression and getting too many technicals. So here we are for the first episode. How are you, sir?
This is this is different. I missed my
Yeah,
intro. I missed our background.
everything.
I missed everything. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
we're back. We gotta do it. Um I need to I love doing it. Inter Miami have already kicked off 3 games. I said, bro, let's do it. Roll with it.
Yeah, we were benched, but now we come off the bench trying to be our best sixth man possible. Alrighty, so Inter Miami, 3 games in, we're finally gonna be able, excuse me, to talk about it. Uh, in these first 3 games, before we go into specific games, what just your overall feeling you've gotten from the team?
We've yet to play a complete 90-minute game.
Okay.
You've seen it failed to play a game the first one. Failed to play a first half against Orlando, played a second half against Orlando, and then played a good first half against DC. Failed to play a good second half against DC. So we've yet to put a total footballing, um, I guess, masterpiece or a quality game together. It'll come. This team is very talented. So you got to figure out what exactly their identity is, because you're going into the season missing obviously 2 huge factors. No Jordi Alba and no Busquets, and you're not going to replace those 2 players. I don't care who. You're never going to replace what Jordi Alba did. You're never going to replace what Sergio Busquets did. It doesn't matter who you bring in there. Never going to happen. So you got to live with what you have and make do. And a player who's filled in and who's just starting to adapt his game and improve his game is Yannick Bright. Not saying he's a Busquets by any mean, but he's going to be, I guess, the real focal point of that midfield this season.
Right. So we start off terribly, 3-0 against LAFC. Just so much hope, so much hype coming into the season. And my Lord, did they lay down a stinker. Lord, did they put down a stinker.
Yeah, they didn't get off the plane. Then you're getting the second half. You start trying to find ways to find a goal, but then you're caught sleeping on defense. St. Clair has a hiccup. You're not tracking the runners, and you're down 2-0. It was a bad way to start the season. Against a team that you may face in the final. If you get there or somewhere down the road in another final. And give credit to LAFC. They're a very, very good team. We just did not show up to play.
I have a question for you. Our boy Sean here says that Yannick has filled in perfectly for Boosie and that he'll defend him till the day he dies. Who's attacking Yannick Bright? In fact, he's probably your favorite player on the team.
No, I haven't looked at the numbers. I've just looked at him playing, and he's added his growth has been in progressing the ball and playing line breaking passes, and that's an element to his game that's really stepped up in the first, in the latter 2 games of the season. While his defensive duties are just as high as anybody on the team, he wins the ball, he recovers, he's able to take players on. Like I said, progress the ball forward into the playmakers, and that's what we want him to do. And he's excelled, and he's only going to get better. I'm going to mark it down. He's a top 3-6 in the league, and he's not number 3.
Okay. Well, how about that, Sean, for going on a limb? No need to defend your boy here on this show. We are Yannick Bright enthusiasts.
Enthusiast, yes. I mean, they won.
Oh, did we lose an earbud? No?
No, I lied. The case fell. I'm good.
So I have a question for you. Given that 3-0 result, right? And I think it's clear to say we didn't show up. We played terrible. It was just overall just disaster. Given the moves this team made in the offseason, right? We know that when they first got the big 3, they went on this Asian tour, this world tour. That led to the, I guess, discovery of Yannick Bright. It was in those friendlies that we kind of saw, oh my God, we have something here. But on the other side of the coin, we had a high-priced player signed. And given the fact that we played in Colombia, we played in, where else did we play? Ecuador. And we played somewhere else in Peru.
Yes.
Before that Puerto Rico thing after the season. But we lost a high-priced, high-hyped left back. What do you think of that? Of this? At the end of the day, we both know it's a cash grab. It's money of these tours and the wear and tear it places on a team trying to get ready for the season. Have to go through that, and then they lay the egg that they did against LAFC. Do you think that was a factor, if at all it had anything to do with it?
No, I just think LAFC just was a better team by far. Than having to do with our preseason or anything like that. They by far were the better team, and they just kind of outplayed us.
Okay. All righty. After that, got a comment here. Hey, from the Philippines. Awesome. Thank you for joining. We're talking Inter Miami soccer. Our boy Deron Butler with Heat games on the Heat check on Heat Zone.
We'll be back in a week or 2.
Yeah, something like that. Like I said, we were on the bench being punished. We're working slowly to get out of punishment. Yes. Oh.
Bro. He is. I'll be honest. He is.
Dedication. 100%.
It is. Listen, Sean, I wanted to get back into I needed this. I was too long before, But from now on, every week, we're going to have False Night. Mark it down.
Yes.
I don't care if I'm sick, losing a voice, have one eye open. You're going to get your Inter Miami fixing.
And we're working on getting pinch hitters in case.
I'll do it myself.
So after that, we lose to LAFC, and then we go down to Puerto Rico to play. I'll take you up on that, Sean. That would be absolutely. I tune in sick to watch that. We go down to Puerto Rico to play.
I don't even talk. It's point. That was the most pointless.
It's a meaningless friendly.
It doesn't make sense. In between your Orlando City game of all games.
Right.
It didn't make sense.
And you play it on a Thursday.
Doesn't make sense.
So then you come back and you have the Orlando City game. In that first half, they blitzed us. absolutely overwhelmed us. It looked like we wanted no. Yes, it is absolutely a cash grab.
Yeah.
Uh, Inter Miami wanted no part of that field in that first half. And then someone made the mistake and started talking shit to Messi. And, well, the rest is history. What do you think of the game?
I mean, yeah, Orlando's always gonna put up their, is always gonna put up their guard when they play us, no matter what. And then Messi's first game in Orlando, and this and that, and he finally playing.
I thought
Granted,
about going
Dane,
$700 a ticket. Said
yeah,
absolutely not.
St. Clair should have absolutely saved the first shot, and then the second shot, Ojeda was a great one too by Griffin Dorsey, but someone needs to stick a tackle in on Griffin Dorsey before he gets from the right back position into your 18-yard box.
That it looked like one of these Alba Messi connections. That second goal.
Yeah, I did. And Ojeda, outside of the boot, Trivela type on the ground, no chance on that. So you're down 2-0, you make a change and you bring on Allen.
No,
You
you
bring
take
on,
off
you
Allen
bring
and
on,
bring in
excuse
Silvetti.
me, you bring on, yes. So Vetti comes on, Allen goes off, Mikhail slides over to the left back or left center back. You're kind of playing a 3-back there with Yannick Bright dropping in. And so Vetti on his first or second touch of the game has an absolute go at the goal.
Screamer.
Dipping away from Crepeau. And mind you, Crepeau was standing on his head for some of these saves. Saved Messi point blank once or twice. And then, it's 2-1 at that point. Then
I have a question for you.
yes.
What do you make of the fact that, okay, we have the Orlando City, the Inter Miami rivalry, whatever that rivalry is, but there's an underlying rivalry as well. Because you have St. Clair on one side
and Crepeau on the other side. Yeah, and both kind of played
they're fighting for that.
They canceled each other out.
But I thought it was interesting that
no, yeah, it is.
It chose this game to stand on his head. Yes, yeah. It was. Agreed. It felt a little bit like Gusani almost at the beginning.
I don't know, had a weird feeling to it. But then, in the blink of an eye, Messi gets the slightest peak of goal. Sego off of, rebounded ball. Segovia is able to just slides it and doesn't touch it to Messi.
That's
Messi
a beautiful layout.
Takes it off his foot. One touch into the right side of the net. And it's 2-2. Inter Miami really just kind of put it on from there. DePaul kind of tries to play in Bertarame. He gets a foot on it. He stays with it, forces the turnover. Is able to turn his defender. Takes the ball down the byline. Plays it across goal. Messi to Segovia. Segovia 1 times into the far netting. 3-2. And Messi ends it with, here, you want my autograph on the ball? Or, you see, I don't know if he was saying, do you want my autograph on the ball and give it to you, or take notes? I don't know which one it was. Either way.
The fact that Messi was talking shit back, because he's usually very reserved and very when he's talking, smack, it's not out in the open. And I feel like that gave him a little bit of a little bit of swag that you don't normally see from him. But yes, hands down, my favorite.
You've seen it more out of the last two after the last 2 seasons. He's been more vocal and more, I guess,
expressive, we would say.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought he said. He said something like, that's what I thought he was saying. But yeah, you go into your rival's house, you're down 2-0, and you turn around and put 4 goals on their head, and you leave happy, and they're sad. Florida's pink. I mean, it's no other way around it. And they just got killed 5-0 at the weekend, I believe, to NYCFC. So
I may have seen it in passing. Did they just sack their coach?
Unless it hasn't.
I see. I read somewhere that after that last loss, that they're
no, they haven't sacked him yet.
There is very real someone was saying that he might get replaced when they get back. And now I don't
Yeah.
think they've actually pulled the trigger.
No, they have not yet.
Okay.
No, but
So coming off of that high, for some reason, every time we play DC, it's an afternoon game. I don't know why.
I'm tired. Here's my thing on DC. I saw DC play like 3 times last year. Twice. No, I saw DC play twice, and one of them was away in Atlanta for Brad Guzan's send-off game. I was like tired of seeing DC. Every time I turned on the TV or something like that, DC was playing, or Apple TV, DC was playing. I'm tired of seeing DC. I don't play them anymore. They
Well,
annoy me.
I mean,
Well, not as much as our next opponent, but
I was
I
going.
mean,
That's
I felt like we've played like DC United like more than anyone not named Nashville, and it's always
yes.
like a 3-2 game, a 2-1 game, or a 1-1 game. I don't know.
Right. No, I just every time going back to when we first started doing the show, every time we've played DC, for some reason it's been in the afternoon, and
I
I
mean,
don't
yeah,
know why.
that DC game where Campana and Suarez scored, it was a mid-afternoon game.
Right. The game where Benteke just absolute scored a screamer in the first. No, it was
No, that was the same
Benteke.
game.
That's the same
That's
game.
that same game I'm talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
our first game away that we scored a goal. Pizarro scored was at DC, and it was an
That was an
afternoon
afternoon
game.
game as well.
And the white jerseys, I will never forget that.
It's just weird. For some reason, every time I remember playing DC, it's been in the afternoon.
I want to play. I want to play DC at night. I don't want to play them anymore in the afternoon.
So we head to DC coming off of that
But
win.
you're playing Baltimore.
Yeah. At M&T Bank
Yep,
Stadium.
Bank Stadium. Yep.
What'd you see in that game? I think a much better.
It was a game where I thought Miami were going to dominate. A DC team, has a couple new faces. Two of the main ones were Ty Baribo coming over from Philadelphia, and then Sean Johnson coming over from Toronto. And yeah, I always worry about Ty Baribo because he can put the ball away, and Sean Johnson's a formidable keeper. But we have a better team, and I thought we were just going to outplay them, dominate them. And it looked like that for the first 35, 40 minutes.
Right.
We came out and, we really tried to put them on their back foot really, really, really quick. Whether it was engaging the press, we had the possession the entire time, making tackles. And when you go into a game like that, you only sense that it's going to bounce, the ball's going to bounce your way at one point. And it does for Miami around the 20-minute mark or the 15-minute mark. I want to say between 15 and 20 off the top of my head. Bertarame is able to press their center back into the corner and steal the ball off him, plays it across to Segovia. Segovia is then able to just lay it off onto Rodrigo De Paul on his right. We bypasses Messi because the defenders take Messi. De Paul's by himself, and he puts it away from the keeper into the left side of the goal. And if De Paul's going to find himself in these pockets of space with a side on goal, let it rip. You have the quality. Just it adds more pressure. You're able to force parries, to force tough saves.
He missed some later on in the game.
He did. He missed an absolute sitter. He missed a sitter.
Yeah, he skied it.
It's a sitter. We don't know how he misses that, but that was a good part of that first half. Then you got a second one with Salvetti playing in Messi, and Messi just sits down Johnson and chips it like right by him, and you're up 2-0. Comfortably 2-0. Yes, holding possession, but at the same time, 2-0. But with such a good first half, there was still a downside in that first half. You gave away the ball way too easily. There were way too many times that the ball was given away, whether it was not able to be playing out of the back, specifically on the right side.
That's how one of the Orlando City goals was scored.
Well, that was De Paul gave it away with a miscommunication with Muda. And Muda has really struggled this game offensively.
Well, that this is
Really,
by Sean. Just kind of wanted your thoughts on that overall.
no, yeah. He struggled in my eyes a lot to play out of the back. Really couldn't find a 1-2 or anything, breaking a line or anything past his defender. You know, passed the ball to them a couple times, passed it out of bounds. Wasn't in the right spot to receive the ball to play it back. And players just, I think it was Rodrigo Paul really getting frustrated with him and telling him where to go and telling him where to be. And it frustrated the team at a certain point when you're unable to play through a flank because a certain player is not able to play the ball 1-2 or find a quick pass or find a quick connection. So it kind of limits that. So get us stuck there. And then at the second part, playing out of the back as well, I feel as Segovia needs to drop in a bit deeper. There was a time where there were 6 defenders. Their forward line and their midfield line were kind of just boxing in Bright and DePaul, and there was kind of no outlet at that point. Segovia needs to drop in deeper, and Silvetti needs to tuck in and drop in just to be an outlet, kind of like Baltasar Rodriguez did toward the end of last year, really helping Inter Miami break and get going offensively.
You mentioned earlier that Baribo was a guy that was on the team, but you expected us to dominate either way. Uh, on the breakaway that scored the DC goal, Baribo
He
he
finds
was in the right,
himself at the back post,
right, but
but
I feel like it was more of a right place, right time than like a earned goal. I guess it's one of those you're there, kind of just tap it in.
yeah, I kind of watched it over again, and St. Clair had no other chance just to parry it away from goal. He did fine, but Mura just didn't track the run all the way, and he needed to do. If he tracks the run all the way and gets in front of him, he clears the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do so, and then it's 2-1, and then you're kind of like, we made a game out of nothing. So you're asking there to sit back and defend, and really just buckle down and not make any mistakes. And then you get on the counter attack, and you find yourself with Rodrigo Paul sitting in front of the goal, and you score it to him, and he skies it over. And then at that point, it's like, oh, are they going to come counter now? And they're going to score, and this going to be 2-2, and we're going to get 1 point out of this when it could have been an easy 3. But we see out the game and leave Baltimore with 3 points.
I want to know your overall thoughts on something. Last season, we had controversy is not the right word. We had we had we can call it a little bit of controversy last season with some decisions that were made. This offseason, that controversy was addressed. It was meant to go from a 2-man job to someone being basically set in stone. And that's our goalkeeping. I think St. Clair has been pedestrian. I don't think he's been good. I don't think he's been terrible. I think he's been, to borrow a term from other sports, if you played a replacement player, you would kind of get the same result. Like, I think he's playing as if he was just a guy and not the defending MLS goalkeeper of the year. Just wanted your thoughts overall on what we've gotten so far between the pipes.
I think he's been average. He hasn't been MLS goalkeeper of the year type of quality yet. I think we get it out of him. I think it's going to take a really, really poor game to get him out, unless there's a rotation or unless something.
Listen, we're not going back to that because we all, well, you know where I stand, but we're not going back to that. But yes, answer the question.
I think he's just been pedestrian. He's been average. I don't think he's wowed me or anything like that just yet.
He looks
Um,
unsure of himself,
he
almost.
had a good save against Orlando
Yes.
on the first post, and he held his ground, made a save, caught it right there. He is commanding of the area when there are corners and things like that. We're 3 games in. He's been average. Will we see? Does he get better? Does he return to that form? I think he does.
So do I. I think. Uh,
And I have no problem, like, if he has a bad run of games, inserting Rocco. I that's how I'm comfortable inserting Rocco at any point in the season.
yes, and that's where I was getting at. That given the just the revolving door that goalkeeping was last season, um, with Oscar and then Rocco. Then Rocco takes over, doesn't give the job back, has a hell of a playoff run, and then the rug gets yanked from under him as we get St. Clair. Um, you know, I think there's a safety net and a comfort zone with Rocco, but I don't. I think it's going to take something monumental for him to come in. I think they're going to let Dane almost
You
have to have
kind
a
of,
complete meltdown.
I think, and he's earned it with the title of defending MLS goalkeeper there. I think he's earned it. Rocco did win the MLS Cup with Inter Miami and things like that, but kind of got to give this guy, let him go find that form. And he hasn't been terrible.
No, he hasn't.
Outside of that Orlando, excuse me, outside of the LAFC game and that one save that he should have had against Orlando,
Oof, that was a stinker, that LAFC game.
and then yeah, so
okay, all
I
right.
have confidence in him. I like Dan St. Clair. I think I always have.
I like him too. I just think it bared mentioning,
No,
given where we came from last season to what we thought we were going to walk into this season.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Like I fully expect him to make that save against uh, Orlando. He made it against LAFC.
Yes. Yeah. There's just been some.
Put them in the jugs machine.
Just don't send him to train with the Dolphins. That's a terrible idea.
You see, I didn't say anything about that. Why you got to say things like that? I even mentioned them. It's you who wants to mention them. Stop mentioning them. Stop it.
All right. So we move on to a game tomorrow. CCC game. Our favorite opponent. No. I have a good one. You have to wait. I have a good one. CCC game against our favorite opponent. Couple of questions. One, what are your expectations for the tournament as a whole? How much importance do you give to the tournament, given your expectations? And is it win the tournament or bust?
Yeah, I think we kind of spoke about this in the preseason that this year was outside of last year it was also win the CCC, but this year you got to win the CCC. You built this team to win the CCC. So as important as it is, it's at the top of the list.
Okay, so this is of prime importance. This is top priority.
Yeah.
We gotta go get this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see Sean and you are both on board. So we've already won the MLS Cup. Does that go to the back burner? Would you sacrifice some?
Would I sacrifice continental success for the MLS Cup?
A little bit of domestic league success for some continental success is my question.
Sure, why not? But
Because
I want both. Season, I'm greedy. I'm greedy.
Yes.
I want both.
Okay, but last season you said F the CCC.
Yeah, I did 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I feel like that's Mark was kind of like that, but
when Vancouver kicked us out, or no? Was it
Yeah,
Vancouver?
yeah,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
Vancouver. When
Yes,
Vancouver
it
knocked
was.
us out, I was like, go win the cup.
But you were
Oh,
you
yes. I always wanted us to win the league because I felt
right.
coming
You
into
disregarded the
the
CCC
coming
in
yes, because
every way.
coming into the team, like when Inter Miami first became a thing, I always wanted to, compete. CC was we couldn't even think of that.
Right.
I always wanted the MLS Cup.
But now that you have it,
Um,
CCC becomes
I want now I want to repeat as champions while winning the CCC. I'm greedy.
and you
You
want
see, I'm greedy like that.
okay.
That's
Okay.
what happens when you build a team that's supposed to be like this good, and the expectations are up here now.
Okay. Uh, do you think that we have to be careful with expectations, or is it okay to put the weight of the world on that team?
Repeat?
Do you think that we may have to temper expectations with the tournament?
No, I'm
And
done tempering expectations with anybody.
no, so
You
that's
built
it.
this team. You
The weight
built
of the
this
world on
team.
them.
You built this team. You signed a DP9 who bags goals against these other teams that we're going to play against in the CCC.
But he hasn't really had much of an impact
He
so far.
hasn't, but has he had an impact on the 2 wins? Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Was he playing out of position as a wide forward on the left? 100%. Is he better
Right.
centrally? Yes. Does he need to work? Is the chemistry, work with linking up with that?
I wasn't saying
Fine.
cut him. I wasn't
It's
saying
okay.
trade him.
It's 3 games in. Let the
Right.
guy figure it out. Suarez didn't, I don't care what Suarez did in his prime. I don't care. When Suarez first got here, I'm sorry, it took him a couple games to find a couple goals.
It did.
Give this guy a break.
Oh no, I'm not disparaging his play.
Yeah. Damn no. Look, click on there you go. Yeah, he's on. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Listen, I'm just saying, you brought in Berterame. He has yet to have an impact, but he hasn't been a negative at all.
He was an impact. He was directly involved in our first goal. He was directly involved in our game winning goal against Orlando.
He was brought in to do one thing.
Score goals, that's fine.
Right. That's
but guess
all I'm
what?
saying.
That guy runs more right now than the guy on the bench, and that's all I'm asking. Okay.
No, 100%. Yes. No, 100%. He's been a net positive, but I just haven't seen yet, and I'm not saying it's not there. I just haven't seen that killer.
He missed a header against LAFC in the first post.
That was impressive because it's something we've been missing since Campana left. Kind of an aerial threat.
But we still don't like to play corners into the box. We like Olympicos and playing it short.
Well, listen, whenever Messi takes a corner, he's only trying to do one thing. And you know what it is. It's the one thing he hasn't done.
Score an Olympico.
That's it. Every single time. That's what he's trying to do.
Enlighten me. Go back to the CCC. Who do we play?
No. That's why I'm heading back. We're going back to CCC now. Nashville. Yeah, we have Nashville twice.
They're like your in-laws. You love to hate them.
Yes, and I saw their fan base talking smack that if they win, we're gonna be crying and screeching that this and that, and that if they lose, that they're just gonna take it because they're a mature adult fan base. And
I hope they take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we love to hate them. I feel like this is more of a rivalry than the Orlando is at some point.
We've played them 8 times. I mean, it is a different team. They still have the same, they brought in Christian Espinosa. They brought in Yazbek. They still have Surge and Hani, but Surge, I'm not really. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Nashville that just doesn't. That doesn't worry me as other teams would. But you got to take every opponent like it is, one game at a time. Get it done up there. They're a lot tougher to play over there than on the road, and than at home for us. Expect the same lineup. Reguilon train, but I don't think he's not gonna start. I expect Messi to be engaged a lot this game. Berterame to really press and DePaul to light his engines like he has been and just continue running and Bright to get stuck in, and it's one of those games. Has there been a game where BJ outcoached Mascherano is my question.
I think we should blow this team up.
Interesting.
But I think BJ's coaching keeps them in games. And that's where they become dangerous. Because what happens is you kind of find something, a bounce, something, and the game can flip. And that's where I don't think Mascherano's a plus.
So in the 3 playoff games last year, we scored 8 goals to their 3. We beat them 5-2 in the regular season and 2-1 in the regular season.
See this comment right here?
What is it?
That's it right there.
Yeah, it's fine. We won on we know that we have to win on talent alone.
100%. But I'm saying
I am not banking on Mascherano to
outcoach. The question was,
are you 19?
But the question was, do you think BJ outcoaches Mascherano? The answer can be yes.
Yeah, it could be yes.
Lose.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure. But did BJ outcoach him at any point in those 5 games last year? I don't know.
I think if you get hit,
I'd have to go back and watch the games, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't know.
I think that if you get punched in the face enough, you quit.
You think that's what happened?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like we scored. You said 8-3, 8 goals to 3. That's
Did Mascherano outcoach Pareja and making that tactical sub and changing the formation in that game against Orlando?
You have to be fair and honest. I think that yes, you give him credit for that. Yes. Because it wasn't an orthodox move. You take out a defender to add another attacker. Yeah. What is it? A broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, so what you're saying is not out of any realm of reality that we get out coached, but we win because we have the better team.
Right. So we play Nashville tomorrow.
Nashville next
Saturday.
Yep, and then Nashville next Wednesday.
Right. What do you see? Because I believe, if I'm not, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, we're coming back to Thursdays next week.
They play Wednesday. We can do Thursday. I mean, we can do Tuesday. We can do Thursday. We can do Friday. I
think
whatever our work schedule, whatever you.
Okay. Yeah, I think Thursdays might be a good bet. It'll give us a full recap of the CCC, and then we'd slide right into the Sunday night game. Well, the Sunday afternoon game against New York City.
Which is fine.
It will give us 3 games to kind of.
You said New York City, or who do you play? You said Charlotte.
We play Charlotte, so we play Nashville, Charlotte, Nashville,
Nashville, and then Sunday.
We
yes,
preview the New York City FC game. What do you see against Charlotte? What do you think that? And our favorite word last season. Do you think we'd get any rotation for that Saturday game?
This is I don't know. I doubt it. You know how stubbornness goes. I doubt we get any rotation for. I'm not going to predict rotation. How about that? you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Will we see Suarez, or are you going to run Barterame, Messi, DePaul? You're just going to run them into the ground, or
No, I mean you can find. And I would like to see Alaya get some minutes, Ian Frey back in the mix. Allende get a start. Pinter, I don't know, things like that.
Pinter's not on the squad? He hasn't been.
He was on the bench the other day.
Oh, he didn't, because the last I saw, he was on. He's on the roster, but he's one of the two guys that's not.
I thought he was
That
on the. I
doesn't
could have sworn he
press.
was on the bench. Yeah, they named him to the bench the other day. I mean, I don't mind seeing Suarez go for it. Let him go out there.
Oh no, I just feel like the fresher you keep these guys, given Mascherano's favorite word. Well, actually, Inter Miami's favorite word, not Mascherano, but schedule congestion. Um, you try to keep these guys fresh a little bit. Tomorrow's game, Univision, FS2, Saturday, Ugly Apple TV, and then Wednesday again, Univision FS2. Um, anything else before we get into the derailment?
No. What do you have for me, bro?
I have MLS doing something I haven't seen them do in a really long time. And it hits a little bit close to home given the situation that the city's basketball team is enthralled in with one Terry Rozier and gambling and fixing games controversy. Uh, Yesterday, March 9th, MLS handed down lifetime suspensions to two players, Derek Jones and Yaya Boa. Uh, Neither of them are under contract, but they slapped the lifetime ban for violating MLS's gambling policy. Um, MLS got suspicious with some of the bets or some of the information they got. They hired a law firm, and the law firm came back determining that the players likely shared confidential information with other bettors about their intent to draw yellow cards. One bet that caught their attention was that Yaboa put in a bet that Jones was going to get a yellow card in a game, and lo and behold, your boy got a yellow card. So, one, yes, I think Tottenham goes down. Um, Maybe, possibly. um, what do you what do you what do you think of the bans that they received? Is it good for the like? Is it, given that betting is so widespread in Europe? We had that big controversy in the Italian league where Juventus and all these teams got sent down.
Yeah, I mean, you also had Paqueta um, last year
Right?
as well. Okay, good on the MLS for striking down them. That's
Huh?
it. I mean, good on the MLS for striking down on them. You follow kind of the precedent set by the other major league sports leagues here in the states. NBA has done the same with John Tay Porter. MLB kind of did the same with Pete Rose.
Mhm.
Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else?
Well, you have Terry now.
Terry now is
You
under
also banned,
investigation and stuff like that.
what's this guy, the referee?
Um, Steve Donahue.
Is it
Yeah,
Terry or Steve Donahue?
I think it was Steve. Or yeah,
Okay,
I think it was Steve.
but him, yes.
But yeah, you follow kind of the precedent set by the U.S. sports leagues and stuff like that. So good on them. Sucks to suck, bro. You got caught. So
Yeah, that, and I feel like, yes, because of that is what makes it effective. If you ban, let's say, Messi from the MLS for life, whatever, 2 years, but these guys really did have soccer life in them.
yeah,
Um, well, no, I think,
they'll
did you say that you thought he was in China?
I don't know where he is now. I don't know where Yaya Bo is. I could have sworn I saw his name. Yeah, there you go. There you
Yeah, there
go.
you go. Yeah.
China. I
No,
knew I
no,
saw his name.
it's an MLS thing, and that's why I'm interested
He's
in.
gonna stay in China. He's gonna play there. Let him whoop de doo. I mean, he's done in the MLS. That's it.
But I feel like I like you think this is really good for the sport. I
I
think
no,
that
I think it's good. They follow. They strike down on the precedent. They're not going to take this lightly, especially when gambling's happening everywhere around us. With every sport, every game, there's gambling going on, and
as it
and
gets more
you
prevalent, I feel like the leagues need to really set down these boundaries where you protect the integrity of the sport. Because that's right, people gamble. You're not going to stop it.
no, of course not.
I think that setting those boundaries where if you get caught, you're banned for life, um, is good not only for the sport itself. It's good to set a boundary, but I think it's a good example to set to fans who are betting on these games. And as you know, in football, everyone has a conspiracy theory with the Chiefs where the refs gave them every single call.
It happens every year.
Right?
There's a team or there's this in a sport that
Yes, and I think that things like this prevent it from ever becoming. You know what? I think that's true. A lot of it is that whatever, bro. It's just conspiracy theory, but
yeah.
it's good. Yes, because they control so much of what can go on. Like yellow cards, that is one of the things that you can control. It's almost surefire. If you bet against getting a yellow, you're not gonna grab. You're gonna shy away from everything. And if you said yes on a yellow, guess what? You're taking someone out and just be like, well, who cares? I just made $500,000 on the side. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically basically what it is. What it comes down to. That's exactly what it is. And I think that it's
And I'm really glad the MLS came down with the ban for life decision.
and the thing is, I saw this and I said, no, that's my derailment for the show. The reason is it's not getting any pub. It's not getting any. It's not being mentioned. And I think that as much as we kill leagues for dumb stuff they do, I think when you come down with something like this, I think it's a good thing because we criticized the league a lot last season for the stupidity and for the just slap on the ridiculous slaps on the wrist that they provided Suarez, that they provided to a lesser extent Messi and Alba for the All Star thing, where it looks like they're catering, and they've come down hard on this, and I think that it's a good look for the league. Um, it yes, but and I where is it? Hold on. Yes, this is true, but there's a precedent now where it doesn't matter whether you're a nobody or a superstar. Um, yes, that well, I feel that that's kind of what happened here, and they hired, according to the story, they hired a law firm to do an investigation. So, oh my God, who was it that got? It was an NFL player who made an account in his name. I want to say it was a
Oh, bro, I can't remember who it is. I know who you're talking about. I
Ridley.
remember
It was Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
He made an account in his name, and he says it wasn't him. He says it was someone close to him. Made bets, and he got caught and he got suspended. So yes, the dumb ones do make dumb decisions, but I also agree that this happens, and I think that that's where these leagues have these investigative branches that look into these things, and you can kind of see. Typically, you follow the money, you find the guy, but Possibly.
Chris,
I mean,
Chris, 100%.
right? No, look.
I mean, yeah,
Wait, was
this
it
was.
his
I was
best
gonna
friend or
say
the translator?
his his translator. That was his best friend. That was the same person.
Hmm. Okay, I didn't know it was his best friend. I knew it was his
Yeah,
translator, but yeah, which is why I think these lines can become such a gray area and such a blur that I feel like you have to come down extra hard when these situations arise. And I just wanted to give kudos, and I wanted your thoughts on it, to the league for coming down the way they did on such a topic.
yeah. No, rightfully so. Strike down on them and set the tone.
Okay, that was a serious derailment.
Cool.
And now I have,
No, you don't.
yes, here comes. Sports Illustrated came out with the top 25 American soccer players of all time. Okay? I'm going to give you the top 5, and I want your thoughts on this.
No.
Number 1, Christian Pulisic. Number 2, Clint Dempsey. Number 3, Landon Donovan. Number 4, Brad Friedel. And number 5, Claudio Reyna. Before I get your thoughts, I'm going to give you selected numbers down the list. You have Tim Howard at 11 with DeMarcus Beasley above him. You have Gio Reyna coming in at 18 with Michael Bradley coming in at 19. And you have Jermaine Jones at 24. Thoughts?
What is this based on? Pure skill? What
It says
achievements?
top
I mean,
25
if it's
greatest
achievements,
American.
this okay. If you're talking about pure skill, Pulisic is number 1.
Okay.
Tim Howard
Okay,
needs
but
to be up
you
there
can't tell me
over
if
Bradford.
it's based on pure skill, that list is ass.
Brad Friedel, get out of there. Tim Howard.
That's what I'm
Where's Tim
saying.
Howard?
You can't say it's based on skill,
I didn't say it was
and you
based on.
can't say it's based on achievement either.
So Clint Dempsey, Tim Howard, Pulisic. Who was the other ones?
Tim Weah on that list, let me see. Tim Weah's not on the list. And in just an absolute travesty, neither is his father, which, Jesus Christ.
George Weah was Liberian.
No, I know. But he is
the
person who gave us Tim. There's another list that I was going to talk about, which he's not on. Who did you say? Wando?
No, Wando's not on there. He's what?
Yes, Chris. Okay, do you want to hear the list? Okay,
I don't want to hear that. I don't. That I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear it.
6 is Eddie Pope, and I'm just gonna go down. Eddie Pope, Kobe Jones, Tab Ramos, Marcelo Balboa, DeMarcus Beasley, Tim Howard, Carlos Bocanegra, Steve Cherundolo, John O'Brien, Brian McBride, Casey Keller, Eric Winalda, Gio Reyna, Michael Bradley, Ernie Stewart, Weston McKinney, Chris Wondolowski, Alexi Lalas, Jermaine Jones, and rounding up the 25, Josie Altidore.
Tyler Adams. You didn't say Tyler Adams.
Huh?
You didn't say Tyler Adams anywhere?
Nope, not on the top 25. Mm-mm.
I mean, very interesting list, to say the least.
And this isn't like the next list, which is by a British guy named Oliver Holt. Or he's from somewhere over there. He could be Scottish for all I know. I don't really care. This is via Sports Illustrated. Okay, so just do you put maybe, because I think this list is an absolute travesty.
I don't want to comment on it.
Huh?
I don't want to comment on it.
Okay. Oliver Holtz, you ready? Top 100 soccer players
Of all time?
Of all
So
time.
read me the first 5.
Okay. Number 1, Lionel Messi.
Fine.
Number 2, Pelé. Okay.
Keep going.
Yes, possibly. Number 3, Diego Armando Maradona.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Johan Cruyff.
Okay.
Number 5, Zinedine Zidane.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the top 5 player of all time. What are we doing here?
Well, Cristiano Ronaldo is at number 10.
Wrong.
Listen, I'm not a fan, but I also think it's ridiculous.
Is Maldini top 10?
No. 6 is Alfredo Di Stefano,
Okay.
and Ronaldo Nazario,
Okay.
Garrincha, and Zico. Round out the top 10.
How a bunch of freaking Brazilians playing against nobodies.
Who did you say you wanted in the top 10?
I just know. Where's Maldini?
31st.
Wow. I didn't want him in the top 10. I was just curious where he was. Okay.
You have the likes of.
How you don't have Cristiano Ronaldo in your top 3 or your top 5? I mean, what are we doing
There
here?
were some names that I'm like, no way they're this low.
Where's Ronaldinho? Where's Ronaldinho? Chris was asking.
18.
Who's above him?
Where's Dino?
No, that's who's for Dino. Who's above him?
Who's above who?
Above Ronaldinho.
You have, well, I gave you the top 10. 11 is George Best. 12 is Franz Beckenbauer. Then you have Puskas at 13, Sir Bobby Charlton at 14, Gerd Mueller at 15, Mbappe at 16, Eusebio
Who?
at 17.
Who? Mbappe?
Mbappe.
At where?
At
where?
16.
For what?
Mm-hmm. Mbappe, according to him, is a better player than Michel Platini.
I mean,
A better player than Maldini, Xavi, Iniesta. According to him, Mbappe is a better player than Bergkamp.
I mean,
than Henry.
Xavi, Iniesta. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. All I know is I put Cristiano Ronaldo somewhere in your top 5.
Andrea Pirlo's at 71. Beckham's at 77. Modric is at 81. Riquelme and Kempes are 83 and 84. Drogba at 88. Salah
Dude, we
at
can be here
94.
for days about this list and analyzing this list.
I know, which is why it was my derailment. Is Riquelme on the list? Yes, he's at 83. Yes, I would agree 100%. The Jogo Bonito is...
Joga Bonito, yeah.
Yeah, Joga Bonito is what...
That Brazilian team...
Soccer to the mainstream.
Was.
So I'll give him credit for that, but... I don't know, I just wanted your thoughts on this list because I saw it and I thought it was an absolutely terrible list. I mean, he's got
It's okay.
Roberto Baggio at 19.
I mean, we can sit down for hours discussing, making up our own list of this. I want to go forget about Liverpool's terrible game today
Yes,
and
they
why,
played like crap.
and you know, and just forget about it. Drink some hot tea,
Yes, take
have a
care of that
great
boy.
night.
Chris,
But
Sean, thank you for joining us today. As always, it's been fun banter back and forth. Great when we have you guys on and have really create that conversation. Anything else you want to bring up that's not a top 100 list or a top 25 list?
The Bare Bones Studios probably back for one more week, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program intros and stuff.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're trying to get off punishment.
Working our way back up.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're not the only one, Chris. I think it brought a lot of attention to, or caught the eye of many people, and you know, it was just a style of play. How they enjoyed the love of the game.
But you know what? The Brazilian team brought me to soccer, but it wasn't my love for the Brazilian team.
Is your love of the game how they played it? That's what I just said.
No, it was everyone was on their junk, and I said, you know what?
You're getting on it. No.
Who is their
Argentina?
Right?
Here we go.
I hate them. That's my team.
Of course, yeah.
And
hey, by the way, you gotta wear a Mexican U.S. A Mexican jersey.
No, you didn't forget about that, bro.
No, of course not. Because I called you Inter Miami winning the MLS Cup back in August 8th. I called it. Okay, and the rule was if I called it and they won and they came through, the Mexican jersey goes on your back for a game. So I have to figure out when I'm going to get it. I might get one that's Rafa Marquez. I might get one that's Guardado.
Oh my God, no. Hold on.
You want. Oh, yeah. I'm going to pick it. I'm going to pick it. Yep.
No, hold on, bro. There has to be levels to this.
What do you mean?
I will not wear a fucking Guardado shirt.
Okay, I'll give you Edson Alvarez.
No, I would listen. I'll wear one. Right, and this is it right here. I'll wear one.
You cannot wear Bentarame. You cannot wear Bentarame.
No, it would be him.
I'm not going to get you him. I'm not getting a goalie jersey for you. Sorry.
Listen,
I'm not doing it.
My grandmother, may she rest in peace.
You're getting Tecatico.
You're
getting Giovanni Dos Santos. I'll get you the Giovanni Dos Santos.
Oh man, I'll take an Ochoa jersey.
You're not getting a goalie jersey. Sorry.
I'll take a Campos jersey.
Nope, you're not getting a Campos jersey either. I'm going to pick it. It's going to be a surprise.
This is terrible. I don't like this.
Don't worry.
All right.
When you get it.
No, can you? No, okay. I refuse to
Chicharito?
wear.
You want Chicharito? Oh, yeah. Sean, thanks for the Chicharito.
No. You know what, Sean? We were friends, Sean. We were cool. That is absolutely unfair. That is
or a Salcedo shirt. Salcedo. Isn't that the guy that you don't like? That I'm gonna get you Salcedo.
I don't like any of them. Okay, you wear that uniform, and I detest you from the moment you pop out. No,
it's okay. I'll figure it out. You have a great night.
All right, and we'll live stream it when that happens. All right, guys. We'll see you guys Thursday to recap CCC and Charlotte. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one, guys.